Over 992,000 women filed for divorce in 2024.
I want to speak to the women out there. Okay? Now look, you tell me.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll take a look at how 992,000 women filed for divorce in 2024, the story of a lawyer who lost everything after just 7 years of marriage, and the most shocking part, the second divorce of a woman who isn't even 25 yet and already has 2 kids from different fathers. We want you to smash that like button. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 likes on this video. Drop a comment sharing your experience and wisdom. We always pin the best comment for the community. Subscribe, and let's get started.
Over 992,000 women filed for divorce in 2024. The stats have been updated. Typically, it's about a 1.5 to 2 year log of back data. So everything that happened in 2023, we have complete stats. But we don't have all the complete stats of 2024. But it just updated from 650,000 to 992,000 now that we are about halfway through the year. 992,000 women. I want you guys to understand this. Don't get your lives wrapped up in this. Now, the stats have updated for men also. 330,000 men filed for divorce in 2024. I don't know if this is going to climb even higher, but the stats are just insane. However, women filed for divorce 3 times the amount that men did. So that's crazy.
That's past crazy. Why is it happening? Pay attention. And if you look at 2020 to where we at now, it's deep. Does the core of the vows in the union with marriage have to be updated and acclimated to what type of people we are now? Let's think about that. When it's all said and done, those are some staggering numbers. And I wonder why in the 50s we was more together than we is 60, 70, 80 years later with more access to everything. Think about it.
Hey, bro. What? Oh, my God!
Almost 1 million women versus just 330,000 men filing for divorce. That difference is no coincidence. It's a clear reflection of how today's laws encourage women to destroy marriage. It's not about love or happiness. It's about benefits, alimony, assets, and guaranteed custody. When the system rewards you for leaving your husband, the numbers don't lie. That's why I insist, the laws need to change. If you break up a marriage before 5 years, you should leave with exactly what you came in with, nothing. If you were unfaithful, even worse, you don't deserve a single cent. And after 10 years, the split shouldn't be 50-50, but 30% for the one who chooses to leave. That way, people would be forced to honor their word, because a marriage vow shouldn't be a free pass to use a man like an ATM. And most importantly, the children should stay with whoever can truly provide stability, and in most cases, that's the father who's supporting the household.
I want to speak to the women out there. Okay? Now look, you tell me if you think this is fair. I'm 40 years old. I married this woman when I was 33. After only knowing her 7 months. And no, I ain't get no prenup or none of that. But she didn't have nothing. Me, I had a $1.5 million house in Hoover, Alabama. Me, I had the Mercedes in the driveway. I went to law school. I was the one up studying all them late nights. Didn't even know who this woman was back then, right? Now, you mean to tell me it took me 40 years to make all this, and this person who I've only known for 7 years, won't have of everything it took me 40 years to make? Now, I want to ask all the women, do you think that's fair? Do you think that is fair? Think of me as if I was your daddy or if I was your brother and you saw me studying all them nights. That was me at Emory all them nights studying. I didn't even know this woman. Now she won't half of what it took me 40 years to make. Well, I tell you, divorce sure ain't fair. I did everything the Bible tell you.
The Bible never said a man should be naive. As a lawyer, brother, the first thing you should have done was get a prenup. No one who spent 40 years building his life should lose half of it after just 7 years of marriage. That's why divorce is the third leading cause of male bankruptcy. The numbers speak for themselves. When there's a prenup, only 20% end in divorce, compared to 60% of those who don't sign one. The reason? When there's no easy access to your money, house, or pension, the motivation to leave just because disappears. The woman understands that if she breaks the commitment, she leaves with what she came in with. And that's exactly when, ironically, she actually fights for her marriage. A man who respects his work and his effort never enters into a contract without protecting himself. That's when he'll truly fight for his marriage. Brothers, don't get married. And if you do, get a prenup.
And let you know when I know if it's going to go through. Also, divorce. If you have been on the fence in any capacity of divorcing your husband, you're going to do it because after January 20th or whatever, he's going to want to outlaw no-fault divorce. And so we need to get divorced now, ladies, if there's any doubt in your mind. If you're in the LGBT...
Ain't no way in hell I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy. First of all, this is a type of movement that is never going to work if every woman in America is not on board. What's going to happen is that a handful of y'all are going to leave your husbands and end up miserable and alone while your husband is laid up with somebody new. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Like, I just seen a video and the lady was like, divorce your husbands immediately if you can. Scary amount of women on there that was like, yep, I've been telling everybody to divorce their husbands. And then she went on to tell people to poison, schmurder their husbands. Ma'am, you're advocating for schmurder. No one sees the issue with that. And then, again, a scary amount of comments like, yep. Please educate me. I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around what purpose is that serving. Now, me personally, I'm not married. I do have a man, a great man. Ain't no way on God's green earth I'm finna leave my man. Is you crazy? I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around this concept. In a bigger picture, I really want to point out with this is anybody does have a husband worth divorcing or a man worth leaving. This is what it took for you to leave your man. People stick around for neglect, abuse, mistreatment, cheating, lying. Y'all stayed for that. But this is what it took for you to leave? Genuinely having a hard time grasping. Why do I need to leave my man? To prove a point to a government that is not going to give a fuck about us either way it goes. Y'all do realize that, right? I'm just saying. So if that makes me an enemy because I cannot get behind this, I guess I'm an enemy because I'm not leaving my man. The hell? The way man stands by me, supports me, lifts me up, and loves me in any way, shape, or form possible, I would literally be insane to leave my man. I don't care. Honestly, I'm not going to hold you. I really do feel bad for the men out there that are good men who are waking up today and they women is just like, sure, I'm gone, done. Because TikTok told me to. I really wish y'all would use this same energy to vote for your state reps, state's attorney, judges, things like that, that really is going to make a difference. I'm going to pray for y'all, though.
She missed the point. If you were thinking about divorce, it's going to get much harder if they get rid of no fault. And you may be stuck in a bad marriage. She's not saying leave a good one. I will not divorce my husband. He is a great man. He supports me, takes care of me when I'm sick, and that is a lot. We got married when I was 23 and had a stroke at 24. I told him to divorce me, and he said no. As a woman, I've lost no rights at all. 10 years with my new girl. Loving it. 0 fights. 3 kids. My ex single. Nobody wants that. Person shrugging. I moved on so fast too. Let's check back with her after January 20th. Person face palming. Her man definitely got a side. Lady face with tears of joy. No way can he tolerate this stupidity all the time. I broke up with my boyfriend on Wednesday. He doesn't like Trump, but I know he has friends who do. He won't stand up to them. I don't feel safe them around, so I bounced. If men were calling men to do this, the women would lose their minds.
What? Like, I completely agree. Like, everything she said, especially vote for the people that are going to definitely make a difference. And ladies, like, hating men, I don't really think is going to be the answer, because literally two is so much better than one, especially when you have somebody that's emotionally intelligent and logically intelligent. You see what I'm saying? That type of polarity is unstoppable. What I'm trying to say is, if you have a good man, put him on your side and y'all go vote to, you see what I'm saying, your local officials, your mayors, your governors, you see what I'm saying, your state officials. That's where all the laws are passed in the first place. That's why I love what she said. You see what I'm saying? But yes, I'm not really buying all this hate speech. It sounds like a whole bunch of like hurt women. Like, I understand, like, you see what I'm saying, the concept, because this is some serious ish, like, don't get it misconstrued. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm all for like women like keeping their rights, but at the same time, don't spew hate towards the men that have no control over it. The elected officials do. You see what I'm saying? If anything, let's come together, you see what I'm saying, and vote in the directions, you see what I'm saying, the avenues that we can actually allocate some sort of change. You know what I mean? Because this is real right now. Like, this is nothing to play with. You see what I'm saying? Like, women getting their rights taken from them is nothing can play with right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is some real ish. But as far as like, you know what I mean? Like, ripping apart the relationships, especially quality relationships, based on what somebody else says, when that man is going to be the exact same man that's in your corner, I'm not riding with that. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, ladies. Like, is it time to just leave y'all, man? It's like, is this where you draw the line? Some girls on TikTok came out, see what I'm saying? They done ushered a new policy, which they always do all the time. You see what I'm saying? Even when Trump said he was going to build a wall and his ass never did it. You see what I'm saying? So stuff like that. They do a whole lot of talking, but I want to see where you walking. I want to see where all this action is actually going to be allocated, and what avenues, you see what I'm saying, are going to actually open up, and what, you see what I'm saying, what doors are going to close. With that being said, don't allow people to just like influence you right away. Draw your own opinions, ladies. And if this is where you draw the line, like, yo, hell yeah, I heard all the girls on TikTok saying they need to leave their husband out. It is about time. You see what I'm saying? Because if that's what it took, why are you really in love? You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, take your loved one, y'all draw hands, and y'all actually draw together and draw those votes, and vote in the avenues that count.
First of all, a round of applause for this woman. Did you see the comments? So much hate. Some women were more aware, though. I miss the days when politics stayed in the private vote. Now it feels like a cult where you're either with them or against them. We're the same people. In the end, if someone attacks our nation, they won't care what side of the party you're on. And besides, your vote has nothing to do with your relationship. All this talk about rights is a fallacy. Women today have more rights than men. No one is oppressing them. But these women, who, by the way, are all single, go around alarming other women like the world's about to end. The worst part is, a lot of foolish women are divorcing their husbands over a law that hasn't even been passed, that hasn't even been signed into petition. But of course, they give up their stability over a rumor, then see the man they left with another woman and get mad at him. Brother, feminism is a mindset problem.
Women.
I was told not to speak about this, and honestly, it just makes me want to speak about this even more. And not because I want to talk crap or any of that kind of stuff. It's just, life is really hard to just keep it all in and not share it. And to be honest, yes, this is my second divorce. Yes, I'm 25 years old, and I know that's embarrassing. Like, that sounds embarrassing. Like, oh, you must be the problem. Oh my gosh, 25 and your second divorce? Yes, I am going through another divorce, and I am going to speak about it. Not going to share the reasons specifically why, because yes, the person does deserve privacy. But all I can say is that this is a very difficult time for me. This has been my lowest point ever. And I will never stay, even if I love a man. My kids will always come first, no matter what. I don't care. I don't care if we're married. And that decision that I made was really hard. It was like the hardest decision I had to make in my entire life. But I know that I made the right choice. because JoJo deserves the best. Isaiah deserves the best. And I will continue to do that always. Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, and unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my JoJo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's going to go great. Things don't always turn out the way you planned them to. And yeah, I got pregnant and I've been carrying the weight by myself with JoJo for the past, he's going to be 4. Although in my second marriage, I did receive help for JoJo. I'm happy I have JoJo in my life because I don't have to go through this alone, but I am sad that I couldn't give JoJo a father figure. I am sad about it. I am. Now, Isaiah has a great father figure, and I'm so happy for that, but it's still unfortunate that I couldn't give both my children what they deserved. And there won't be a third. There won't be a third try. You know how they say, third time's a charm. No, I ain't doing that anymore. And I'm going to struggle for who knows how long until they're older and they're able to, be independent.
Damn! Brothers, this woman isn't even 25, and she's already been through 2 divorces. What happened to the value of family stability? The first one, according to her, was due to infidelity. It can happen, but the serious part is that she got married again, this time to a man who even agreed to raise another man's child, and still left him because she deserves to be happy. That's the problem today. Personal happiness above the kids, above the home, above everything else. They go on and on about how they do anything for their children, but when it comes down to it, they sacrifice nothing. 2 divorces before the age of 25 isn't bad luck. It's proof of a selfishness that destroys families. And then they wonder why society is the way it is.
But for now, I still have to continue to work very hard, and I still have to continue to be in this state co-parenting because that's where my second child was born and that's where his father is, and I have to stay here and I'm stuck regardless of my circumstances, and I have to constantly be trying to find new babysitters because they all quit. They all quit after 2 weeks because I can't afford that much. So I'm constantly with fear that I might get fired at my job because this past month I've been late twice because my babysitters are so unreliable and they just quit. And this is going to be my life for who knows how many years until my kids go into school. I don't know, but they're still very young. So that's still going to continue for a long time. And not just that, but I don't have my family here. I miss my mom. I miss all of them. And they're in a different country. There's nothing I can do about it because I'm co-parenting and I have to stay here. But I also can't have the support of my soon-to-be ex-husband because if we want to do it the correct way and co-parent the right way, I have to keep to myself and I have to do things on my own. And I can't ask his family for help because that's his family. And the minute I decide to divorce him, which I'm in the process of doing right now, I can't receive help from his family. And it's unfortunate for me because I'm the loneliest I've ever been. I'm at the lowest financially too. I don't think my car will make it another winter here. It needs tires, it needs brakes, it needs a lot of things. And it's just a constant stress of thinking, shoot, are we going to make it this month? And then on top of that, just feeling all the weight. Anyways, this page is only about positivity. And the reason why I speak a lot of positive stuff is because I've heard this saying that if you speak positive thoughts, you will feel positive. So that's why I speak positive things all the time, not because I feel good right now or because I just try to trick my brain into thinking everything's okay when honestly, I'm not doing that okay.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Brothers, Responsibility is kryptonite for women. She had a home, she had stability, and instead of focusing on improving it, she chose to run away. She already has 2 kids from different fathers. One man even agreed to be a stepdad, but not even that was enough for her to fight to keep the relationship from falling apart. The problem is, they never have a plan. They leave with the excuse of staying positive, as if repeating feel-good phrases would feed the kids or pay the rent. In life, emotions aren't enough. You need character. Dragging 2 children into this chaos because of your selfish decisions isn't bravery, it's irresponsibility.
Women.
Every day I feel worried, I feel stressed. And I know that there's bigger problems, like at least we're all alive and we're healthy, but it really is hard being a single mom again. But I know that at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. And my kids will know that I chose them. And one day they're going to realize how hard I worked for them. And I also hope that they know how much I love them. So for that person who commented on my other post saying, like, oh, you left your second marriage because you were bored. That's not why I left. It's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I was just so bored that I left, and now I'm in this situation, and I keep choosing this situation just because I don't want to be bored. Trust me. I am so grateful at the end of the day for what I have, and I'm so grateful to know that there's still a few people in my life who care about me, and I will continue to use this platform to vent, because at the end of the day, it's mainly just strangers. It's a safe space, right? We can just vent, and no one really cares. I mean, except for the haters who come here and like talk crap to me, but whatever. I don't have to stay silent about all this. This is my journey and I will speak on it. And my married days are over. I don't have to stay silent anymore. If there's some truth that I want to share and it's my journey, I'm going to share it. And it is what it is. So if any of this makes you uncomfortable, then just exit out my page. Don't look at my stuff. That's how I feel today. And hopefully tomorrow's a better day. We will continue to try and stay positive because that's all we can do at this point. And hopefully life gets better, not just for me, but for my kids, because that's all that I care about. That is all I care about. Have a good day.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
A woman will never prioritize stability or her family over what she feels. Believing she will is ignoring her nature. It doesn't matter if the kids are left adrift, if they go hungry or face hardship. What she's really looking for is to escape responsibility. That's why so many end up ruined, buried in debt, because they make decisions based on emotion, never reason. Look at her, recording herself in her company's garage, wearing her uniform during work hours. Not only did she destroy her home, she's now digging her way to getting fired. All because she lives under the illusion that life can be fixed with positive energy instead of responsibility. She might think a third baby daddy will bring her stability, but the truth is, the stats are clear. After the first marriage, things only get worse. Responsibility, brothers, is kryptonite for women. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about the fact that 992,000 women filed for divorce in 2024? What's your take on this girl's divorce story? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.